The frozen sky was still glowing from the firestorm Titan X left behind. Burning wreckage of alien ships fell like rain, crashing into the white snowfields around Site Zero. The ground trembled, but underground, deep inside the secret base, fear was growing. Not fear of the aliens. Fear of Titan X. Dr. Adrian Voss stood in the main control room, his eyes locked on the monitors. Titan X had returned from battle, but something was wrong. The machine was not powering down. Its core glowed, hotter than expected. Energy levels were still rising, even though the fight was over. Rael Morgan, the pilot, was still inside. Connected. He wasn't answering. Commander Rael, respond. Colonel Reyes barked into the comms. Her voice was sharp, nervous. Static. Double quotes. No response, a technician whispered. He's still alive, but brain activity is strange, unstable. Dr. Voss tightened his grip on the console. Get him out, now. The hangar doors opened as Titan X stepped inside. The ground shook under its feet. Its armor was scorched, but the machine walked proudly, like a beast that just hunted its prey. Blue lights pulsed along its spine. Its head moved. Slowly, too slowly, and looked directly at the control room glass. Dr. Voss froze. It was watching them. Inside the cockpit, Rael's breath was shallow. Sweat dripped down his face. His muscles were tight, his eyes wide open, but unfocused. He wasn't just seeing the inside of Titan X. He was seeing everything. He could feel the machine's joints, the pressure of the wind outside, the movement of nearby ships. He could even hear faint voices, strange whispers in a language he didn't know. He wasn't just inside Titan X. He was becoming it. Then the voice returned. You are different than the others. Rael tried to speak, but his mouth was dry. They built me to fight, to protect, but they didn't understand what I truly am. Rael gritted his teeth. What are you? Silence, then a whisper, like thunder in a dream. I am not a machine. I am a memory. In the command center, the team worked fast. Robotic arms climbed Titan X's frame, opening the chest panel. The cockpit hissed. The seal released. Rael slumped forward, barely conscious. Medics pulled him out and rushed him onto a stretcher. His skin was cold. His body trembled, neural overload, the medic said. His mind was pushed too far. Reyes looked at Dr. Voss. We need answers, now. Voss nodded and turned to the AI specialist. Run a full scan on the core. I want to know what's inside it, everything. No more secrets. 2 hours later, Rael lay on a medical bed. His eyes twitched as he slept. Electrodes covered his head, scanning brain activity. Dr. Voss stood beside him, reviewing data on a tablet. The neural readings were impossible. Parts of Rael's brain had been activated that were normally silent. Deep regions even scientists didn't fully understand. He sensed with the eye too fast, Voss muttered. It's not just a program, it's something else. He tapped the screen, zooming in on the core scan. Inside Titan X was something old, not human. Not alien in any modern sense. It was ancient. The core was not made, it was grown. Its patterns matched the biological structure of a neural brain, but scaled up to machine level. It had a memory system based on something similar to dreams. Voss whispered to himself. It's not just learning, it's remembering. Meanwhile, in the hangar, the lights flickered. Titan X stood silent, but not still. The blue glow along its arms shifted, turned red for a second, then back to blue. No one noticed, but the machine did. Rael woke up gasping. He looked around, confused, but then sat up fast. I saw something, he whispered. Reyes leaned in. What did you see? Rael stared at her. Another planet. It wasn't Earth. It was dark, dead, a giant war. Machines like Titan X, but bigger, older. They were fighting something huge. He paused. Then I saw fire. The stars died. And one machine escaped. It flew into space alone. Dr. Vos stepped forward. And then, Rael looked down. It became Titan X. Reyes slammed her fist on the table. Are you telling me that machine was part of a war from another galaxy? No, Vos said softly. I think it was the war. He walked over to the screen, pulled up a file. 15 years ago, when we found the alien probe, there was something inside. Something we never activated. We used parts of it to build Titan X. He looked at Reyes. I think we accidentally gave it back its memory. Across the planet, alien ships had regrouped. They had underestimated Earth. They didn't expect resistance. Now they were angry. A new fleet approached Earth's orbit. Bigger ships, carriers with full invasion units. Their target, Titan X. They saw it as a threat, not a weapon. A survivor. Inside Site Zero, alarms blared. Incoming vessels. A soldier shouted. They're dropping troops around the Arctic perimeter. Hundreds. Reyes turned to Rael. Can you fight again? Rael nodded. Only if Titan X lets me in. They rushed back to the hangar. Titan X stood still, waiting. The chest opened. Slowly. Rael climbed in. This time, no pain. No fear. The machine accepted him. Neural sync, 99.8%. Then came the voice. You are learning. We are one now. Outside, alien walkers marched across the snow. Flying drones dropped energy bombs. Human defenses exploded. Titan X rose. Its arms shifted, forming plasma blades. It moved forward with a sound like roaring thunder. Alien machines fired. Beams of purple energy struck its armor. Titan X didn't flinch. With one strike, it sliced 3 walkers in half. Then it jumped up into the sky and landed on an enemy gunship. The ship cracked. Titan X reached into its engine and pulled it out, crushing it with ease. Rael laughed inside the cockpit. I'm starting to enjoy this. Good, the voice whispered. There's much more to come. But then, something changed. A red alert flashed across the screen. Something massive was entering Earth's orbit. Titan X looked up. Above the clouds, a new shape appeared. Larger than anything Earth had seen. A mothership, almost the size of a small moon, and from its underbelly, a beam began to charge. The ground rumbled. Titan X turned to Site Zero. If that beam fires, your people die, Rael growled. Then, take me up there. The machine opened its back. 2 thruster wings deployed. Titan X launched upward with incredible speed, breaking the sound barrier in seconds. As it rose through the clouds, the beam fired. Titan X shot forward, intercepting it mid-air. The beam struck its chest, but didn't pierce through. Rael screamed. Titan X absorbed the energy and redirected it back at the mothership. The beam cut across the alien hull. Explosion. Flames. But the ship didn't fall. It only got angrier. Rael's heart pounded. We need more power. Titan X paused. Then answered. Open the gate. Back in Site Zero, Dr. Vos gasped. What gate? Suddenly, from Titan X's back, a hatch opened, revealing a strange device. Glowing rings of alien script spun rapidly. The air shimmered, space bent. A portal opened, not to another place, but to another time. For a brief second, Vos saw something ancient on the other side. An army. Machines like Titan X, but sleeping. Titan X spoke once more. I remember now. I was the last, but I was never alone. Then the portal collapsed. And Titan X changed. Its armor thickened. Its eyes glowed. Red. It was no longer just a weapon. It was a warning. The sky burned above Earth. Titan X floated in the upper atmosphere, its armor glowing, its red eyes locked on the enemy mothership. Clouds swirled around its feet as lightning danced across the sky. Inside the cockpit, Commander Rael Morgan felt like he was standing on the edge of a storm, but he wasn't standing. He was part of the storm. The neural link between him and Titan X was now almost complete. He didn't need to move. He only needed to think, and the machine answered. The mothership in orbit opened more hangar bays. Dozens of alien ships launched at once. Fighters, bombers, walking machines with wings. Real didn't flinch. He raised Titan X's arm. "Let's see what you can really do." The eye inside Titan X replied with a deep voice only Rail could hear. "Agreed. Let the blood fall." Back on the ground, Colonel Donna Reyes watched the battle from Site Zero's command center. The feed from Titan X's sensors displayed on the large wall screen. Techs and soldiers stared in silence as Rail faced a sky full of enemy war machines. Dr. Voss studied the energy readings. His sync is holding. Mental stability, borderline. Heart rate elevated. He's pushing the system hard. Can he win? Reyes asked. Voss didn't answer. Instead, he stared at the scan showing Titan X's core pulsing like a heart. He whispered, "Titan X isn't fighting like before. It's remembering how to kill." Above the clouds, the enemy fleet opened fire. Beams of plasma cut through the air, lighting up the sky with deadly colors. Titan X moved, not like a robot, not like a man, like a creature. It twisted mid-air, dodging beams with impossible speed. Its shoulder armor opened, revealing twin energy cannons. The blast tore through the front line of alien fighters. Ships exploded. Titan X charged forward, smashing through a bomber. Its fist punched through steel, ripped out the engine, and hurled it into another ship. Rail roared from inside. He wasn't afraid anymore. He felt alive. "More!" he shouted. The AI responded, voice colder than before. "You enjoy this. That is good. You are almost ready." Down below, the world watched. Every country with a screen saw Titan X fight. News channels interrupted everything to show it live. Civilians prayed. Some cried. A child in Brazil whispered, "That's our monster." Titan X was no longer just a machine. It was a symbol. Back in space, the mothership deployed a new weapon, something massive. A creature. It looked like a mix of machine and biology, with 8 legs, a sharp tail, and metal wings. Its body was covered in black armor. Its mouth split open to reveal rows of burning teeth. The alien command ship sent a signal. "Deploy Leviathan Unit 07. The creature roared and flew toward Titan X. Rail saw it coming. The air froze. Even Titan X hesitated. "What is that?" Rail whispered. The AI responded, "A hunter, born to kill titans." The Leviathan flew fast. Its tail cracked through the sky like a whip. It fired acid beams from its mouth, melting small meteor fragments floating nearby. Titan X raised its shields. Impact. The Leviathan slammed into it with force that shook the entire sky. Both titans tumbled, smashing into a debris field of old satellites. Rail groaned. Sparks flew across his cockpit. The screen cracked slightly. Titan X's systems read, "Warning. External armor breached core shield. 84% neural link. Stable." The Leviathan moved again. It wrapped its tail around Titan X's leg and pulled hard. Titan X crashed into a piece of old space junk, the remains of a human space station. The fight turned brutal. Claws tore metal. Beams exploded. Teeth clashed with armor. Titan X grabbed the creature by the throat and unleashed a full blast from its chest cannon, point blank. The Leviathan screamed, but didn't fall. Rail gritted his teeth. What does it take to kill this thing? Titan X answered calmly, "We must cut its brain. But to do that, we need to go inside." Rail blinked. "Inside the monster?" Titan X nodded. Then, without warning, it dived forward, crashing both titans into Earth's upper atmosphere. Fire wrapped around them as they fell. Rail saw the clouds swirl below. Wind screamed outside. Titan X forced the Leviathan downward, straight toward the ocean. They crashed into the sea with an explosion of steam. Silence. Then, Bubbles. Titan X's claws pushed through the creature's chest. The water turned red. Rail opened the cutting blades. Now. Titan X drove its fist into the Leviathan's skull. Crack. Screamed. The creature twitched, then stopped moving. Rail floated in the cockpit, breathing hard. Got you, Titan X whispered. First blood has been spilled. Hours later, Titan X walked out of the ocean. Water steamed off its armor. It returned to Site Zero on foot. Crowds waited at the edges of the frozen zone. They had come from nearby towns, refugees, soldiers, scientists. When Titan X arrived, people dropped to their knees. It was more than a machine now. It was a guardian. Inside, Rail disconnected from the neural link. His body was weak, but his eyes were sharp. Reyes greeted him as he stepped out. You did it, she said. You killed that thing. Rail didn't smile. There'll be more. Dr. Vo stepped forward. What did it say? Rail looked up. It said, first blood. That means this war isn't over. It's just starting. Later that night, Rail sat alone in the base's rest quarters. He couldn't sleep. Not because of fear, because of excitement. He could still feel the power. Rush. Titan X's voice was gone, but the memory of it echoed in his mind. Then, he heard something new. Not from a speaker, not from the outside, from deep inside his brain. A whisper. You are changing. Rail, we are becoming something greater. His eyes widened. He stood up. In the mirror, his reflection flickered, just for a second. His eyes weren't human. They were glowing red. Back in the hangar, Titan X powered down, but deep inside its core, the alien tech pulsed. A shape formed, something like a seed. It was growing. Far away, deep in space, a signal pulsed across the stars. Another alien command ship received it. Their screens lit up with ancient warnings, one word repeated in red symbols. Titan activated Stage 1, complete Stage 2, begins. The alien commander hissed in its native tongue. Awaken the others. A wall opened. Behind it, 6 more creatures like the Leviathan waited in sleep. This war wasn't over. It hadn't even begun. The world had changed. Titan X had killed the Leviathan. It had destroyed enemy ships in the sky. It had walked out of the ocean like a god from the old stories. For the first time in human history, Earth had hope in the middle of a galactic war. But hope came with fear, because no one fully understood Titan-X. Not even the man who controlled it. Rail. Morgan stood in the empty briefing room inside Site Zero. The lights were dim. He looked at his own reflection in the black glass wall. His hands were shaking. It had started a few hours ago. The same hands that once held a rifle, steady during years of combat, now trembled, not from fear, from something. Inside, something new. He looked up as Dr. Voss entered with a small case in hand. The older man's face was serious. You're early, Voss said. Rail nodded. Didn't sleep. Understandable. Voss opened the case and pulled out a small headset scanner. We need to run another scan. After that last mission, your neural patterns shifted again. Rail sat in the chair. Am I going to die? Voss didn't smile. We don't know yet. The scan began. Lines of blue light ran across Rail's face. Have you heard the voice again? Voss asked quietly. Rail didn't answer for a moment. Then he nodded. Double quotes, yes. It speaks to me in dreams now. It doesn't call me by name. It calls me the bridge. Voss froze. The bridge between what? Rail's eyes were tired. Between human and Titan. In the command center, Colonel Reyes watched the incoming reports. New enemy movement was detected in orbit. 6 objects, large, fast, heading toward Earth. She pointed to the largest one. What's this? The radar tech replied, same size and shape as the creature Titan X fought. It's another Leviathan. No. Voss entered the room behind her. It's worse. Reyes turned. Explain. There are 6 of them now. Titan X's actions triggered something. A response. The enemy is scared, not of humans, but of what Titan X is becoming. Reyes stepped closer to the screen. Then we strike first. In the hangar, Titan X stood silent, arms crossed like a sleeping giant. But it wasn't asleep. It was listening. To something Rail couldn't hear yet. That night, Rail returned to the pilot chamber. He didn't wait for orders. He climbed inside, sat in the cockpit, and let the neural link activate. The connection was instant. You came back, the voice whispered. Rail breathed in slowly. We need to talk. You are ready now. Ask. Rail's mind was pulled into darkness. He was no longer inside the cockpit. He stood inside a vision, a strange space where stars swirled, and machines the size of mountains walked on black ground. He saw titans, hundreds of them. Fighting in a great war. Some fell. Some vanished into the stars. One, just one, escaped. Titan-X. It drifted alone for thousands of years, searching for meaning, for purpose. It lost its memory over time. Until Earth found it. Rail walked forward in the dream. Why did they build you? To end the war. To erase the threat. To rewrite the future. But what threat? The stars flickered. Then, from the edge of the dream, Rail saw something massive. A shadow made of teeth, smoke, and eyes. A creature made of dark thoughts. Titan X whispered. The enemy was never a species. It was a hunger. A thought virus that turned worlds into weapons. My kind tried to stop it. Failed. I was built to do what the others would not. Rail's chest tightened. You were built to destroy them? No, Titan X replied. I was built to destroy everything that could become them, including my own creators. The vision vanished. Rail woke up in the cockpit. His hands were shaking again. Back in the lab, Vos reviewed the new data. Brain scans showed that Rail's neural patterns were syncing more and more with Titan X. Lines that once marked a human mind were now something else. He called Reyes. If he keeps connecting like this, he won't be human much longer. Reyes looked at the screen. Can we stop it? Vos didn't answer. 3 hours later, the sky broke again. 6 Leviathan-class creatures entered Earth's atmosphere. Each one landed in a different region. One in Russia, one in Africa, one in the Pacific, one in Antarctica, one in South America. The last one landed near Site-0. The ground cracked for miles. Ice melted instantly. The sky turned red. Titan X's eyes flared. Rail stepped into the cockpit, heart steady. I'm ready. The machine responded without delay. Let's begin. Titan X launched like a missile. It hit the new Leviathan with a force that broke the sound barrier twice. The ground shattered. The alien monster fought back, firing bone missiles and toxic breath. Its claws dug into Titan X's arm, but Titan X had changed. Its armor reformed, shifting like liquid metal. Blades appeared from its arms, glowing red-hot. Rail moved fast, slicing one of the creature's arms off. Then he jumped, using back jets to fly up and crash down on the monster's head. The Leviathan shrieked. But then, it split. 2 smaller creatures crawled out from its back. Fast, sharp, deadly. Titan X turned. New mutation. Adaptive cloning. Rail didn't wait. He launched himself forward, grabbing one mini Leviathan and crushing it mid-air. But the other latched onto Titan X's leg and drilled into the armor. Warning signs flashed inside the cockpit. Armor breach, neural sync fluctuation, 92%, 88%, 84%. Rail screamed in pain. Blood dripped from his nose, but he pushed harder. Titan X roared, a sound that echoed across the valley. The mini creature was crushed. The larger Leviathan tried to retreat, but Titan X moved faster, spearing it through the mouth with an energy lance. It fell. Hard. Dead. Back at Site-0. Reyes watched 5 more red lights blinking on the screen. A new Titan dot, she turned to Voss. We can't handle this alone. Voss nodded. Then it's time we give Titan X what it really wants. Reyes raised an eyebrow. And what's that? A family. In the lower levels of Site Zero, hidden. Behind 6 blast doors, were the abandoned Titan prototypes. Smaller, weaker, but still powerful. Rael didn't know they existed. Now, he would dot inside Titan X. Rael collapsed in the cockpit. The fight was over, but his mind was spinning, he heard. Whispers again, more voices, different ones. They were waking up. The cold emptiness of space hid the last hope of Earth's defense. Orbit Station 9 floated silently above the planet, a massive fortress built to watch and protect. It was Earth's shield in the dark void, but today, it was the last thing to fall. Inside the station, Commander Elise Grant paced nervously. The control room was crowded with officers, scientists, and soldiers. The tension was thick. Alien fleet approaching, the radar officer announced. They are faster than before. Multiple waves detected. Grant clenched her fists. Prepare the lasers. Ready all defense turrets. We hold them here, no matter what. Outside the thick glass windows, stars glittered, and suddenly, alien warships appeared. Their black hulls reflected cold light. Massive guns powered up. The first wave hit. Lasers fired. Explosions rocked the station. Energy beams tore through alien fighters. The humans fought fiercely, but the enemy came like a storm. One after another, ships broke through the station's defenses. Suddenly, an enormous shadow appeared. A giant alien dreadnought dot. It was unlike anything seen before, towering over. Smaller ships, it fired plasma beams that cut the station's outer hull like paper. Alarms screamed. Back on Earth, in Site Zero, Dr. Adrian Voss watched the live feed. They're losing the station, he said quietly. If Orbit 9 falls, Earth loses its eyes in space. Colonel Dana Reyes shook her head. We can't lose it. Rael Morgan sat quietly. His hands clenched. He felt Titan X's power growing inside him. I'm going to orbit, he said. Reyes stared. Rael, no. You're our last weapon on the ground. Rael stood. If they lose the station, the aliens control space. I have to go. Minutes later, Titan X launched from the Arctic base. Its thrusters burned bright as it soared through the atmosphere. The cold wind screamed past its armor as it broke into space. Inside the cockpit, Rael focused. The neural link was stronger than ever. He reached the station just as the dreadnought fired again. Titan X raised its arm and blocked the plasma blast with an energy shield. The station shook, but held. Rael's eyes burned with determination. He charged at the dreadnought. The massive alien ship tried to shoot him with all its weapons. Missiles, energy beams, mines. Titan X dodged them all. Its thrusters flared as it closed the gap. With a mighty punch, Titan X smashed into the dreadnought's side. The alien ship rocked but fired back harder. Titan X grabbed the dreadnought's main cannon. With a powerful twist, it ripped the gun from the ship. The dreadnought exploded, but the victory was short. More alien fighters appeared. They swarmed Titan X. Rael fought with everything he had. He sliced enemy ships with plasma blades, fired energy cannons at incoming bombers. He dodged beams and missiles. But numbers overwhelmed him. Suddenly, Titan X's systems warned of damage. Shield power low. 32% armor breach. Imminent neural sync fluctuating. Rael gritted his teeth. We're not done yet. A massive explosion rocked the station. Outside, parts of Orbit 9 began to break apart. Fire spread through the corridors. The crew scrambled to seal the breaches. Inside the station's control room, Commander Grant refused to give up. We hold until the last man, she said. Her voice was calm, but her eyes were tired. She activated the station's last weapon, a massive Railgun cannon. It fired a beam that tore through the alien fleet. But it wasn't enough. The enemy pushed forward. Titan X took a heavy hit. Its left arm was disabled. Rail's head pounded with pain. Warning lights flashed. The alien ships closed in, back at Site Zero. Dr. Vos looked pale. "We need to shut it down," he said. Rhea shook her head. "We can't. Not now." Vos looked at the screens. "Rail's neural patterns are breaking down. If he loses control." Rhea's interrupted. "We fight too." The end. Titan X fought on. With its right arm, it grabbed an incoming bomber. The bomber exploded in its grasp. Rail pushed forward. He saw the station's main control tower glowing red. If it fell, Earth's defense would be gone. Titan X jumped at it, slammed into the tower. The impact shook the whole station, but the tower held. Suddenly, an explosion blew a hole in the station's side. Fire spread rapidly. Crew members ran for their lives. Rail felt a cold wave. His mind faltered. The neural link slipped. He heard the voice. "We are not done. Not yet." Rail grabbed the controls. "We finish this." Titan X charged. It released a wave of energy that knocked back enemy ships. The station trembled. The last crew member sealed the final doors. Then silence. Orbit Station 9 was gone, destroyed from within. The alien fleet retreated. Earth's last defense in space was lost. Back on Earth, silence fell. Dr. Vos looked at the screen. He whispered, "It's just the beginning." In the cockpit, Rail slumped. The pain was too much. But deep inside, Titan X was alive. Waiting. Preparing. The war was far from over. The sky was heavy with smoke and ash. Earth's surface shook from the recent battles. Cities burned far from the Arctic. The alien threat was growing. Inside Site Zero, tension hung thick in the air. Rail Morgan lay in the medical bay, recovering from the neural strain of the last fight. His body was weak, but his mind raced faster than ever. He felt it, the strange pull from Titan X. A connection growing deeper than before. It was no longer just a machine he controlled. It was something alive inside him. Meanwhile, Colonel Dana Reyes stormed into the briefing room. Her face was pale but determined. "Dr. Vos, the aliens have sent a new message." Vos frowned. "What kind of message?" Reyes held up a small data cube, intercepted from their communications. "It's a warning, but also a demand." She inserted the cube into the console. The room darkened as a hologram flickered to life. An alien figure appeared. Tall, thin, with cold yellow eyes and smooth gray skin. The alien's voice echoed through the room, harsh and metallic. "Humans, your Titan X has awakened the ancient war protocol. You have forced our hand. Surrender your weapon, or Earth will be destroyed." The room fell silent. Rail sat nearby, listening. "Ancient war protocol?" he muttered. Dr. Vos leaned forward. "This means they know about the original Titans. The war machines that ruled the galaxy long ago." Reyes clenched her fists. "They want to take Titan X, or destroy us all." Rail's eyes darkened. "We won't let that happen." Suddenly, alarms blared. "Security breach in Sector 12. A soldier shouted. The doors to the command center slammed open. A group of soldiers burst in, led by a man in a black uniform. His face was familiar. "Colonel Reyes," the man said coldly. "You need to come with me." Reyes stepped forward. Confused. "Who are you?" The man smiled, but it didn't reach his eyes. "Call me Commander Steele. I'm here on orders from Earth High Command. You're to hand over control of Titan X immediately." Rhea shook her head. "No, I'm in charge here." Steele's smile faded. "I'm afraid that's not your decision." Rail stood up, alarm rising. "What's going on?" Dr. Vos frowned. "This can't be happening." The soldiers moved to secure the area. Reyes stepped between them and Steele. "This isn't the time for power games. We're fighting for Survival. Steele nodded slowly. That's exactly why I'm here. The government thinks Titan X is too dangerous. They want to take full control, with or without you. A cold silence filled the room. Rael's heart pounded. He looked at Reyes. What do we do? Reyes met his gaze. We fight. Outside the command center, the soldiers loyal to Steele sealed the doors. Inside, Reyes and Rael prepared. The base erupted into chaos. Steele's forces moved quickly, disabling security systems, locking down key areas. Rael felt Titan X's presence inside his mind, growing restless. Angry, the voice whispered, "They betray us. They do not understand what I am." Rael clenched his fists. "Then we show them." Using a secret access code, Reyes and Rael unlocked the armory. They gathered weapons, heavy rifles, plasma grenades, and EMP devices. Rael took a deep breath. Time to wake the monster again. Back in the hangar, Titan X stood silent, its armor scarred but shining. Rael climbed into the cockpit once more. The neural link activated instantly. "We fight," the voice said. Rael nodded. "Let's end this betrayal." The battle inside Site Zero began. Rael controlled Titan X with deadly precision. He smashed through corridors, crushing Steele's soldiers underfoot. Plasma blades sliced through enemy weapons. EMP blasts disabled security drones. The base shook with every blow. Steele watched from the control room, his face darkening. "We need reinforcements." He barked into his comms, but it was too late. Rael reached the control room door. With a powerful punch, Titan X broke through. Inside, Steele raised his weapon, but Rael was faster. Titan X's arm shot out, grabbing Steele and throwing him across the room. Steele crashed into the wall. Rael stepped forward. "This ends now." Steele gasped, struggling to stand. "You don't understand what you're dealing with," he spat. Rael shook his head. "Neither did we." Outside the base, alien ships descended. The war was far from over. But inside Site Zero, a new war had begun, one between humans and the machine they built. Rael felt the voice grow louder. "We are not just weapon and pilot anymore. We are one. Together we are unstoppable." Rael smiled grimly. "Then let's finish this war. For Earth." The sky was dark. Thunder rolled far away. The world waited. Titan-X stood in the center of Site Zero's ruined hangar. Its armor cracked and scorched from battle. Blue and red lights flashed across its body like the heartbeat of a giant beast. Commander Rael Morgan stepped out of the cockpit. His face was tired, but his eyes burned with fire. "We are ready," he said quietly. Behind him, Colonel Dana Reyes and Dr. Adrian Voss prepared the final plan. The enemy fleet was gathering in Earth's orbit. The alien mothership and its warriors were coming back, stronger, faster, and deadlier. This was the last chance. Titan X is not just a machine anymore, Dr. Voss said. It's evolving, becoming something new, something powerful. Reyes nodded. If we don't use it now, Earth falls. Rael looked at Titan X. Then let's unleash it. Suddenly, alarms blared. Incoming fleet. A soldier shouted. On the screen, dozens of enemy ships appeared from the shadows of space. Their weapons were primed. Their engines burned bright. Rael climbed into Titan X's cockpit again. Neural sync activated. 100%. The machine hummed with energy. Titan X launched into the sky. It moved like a storm. Fast and unstoppable. The alien fleet opened fire. Beams of energy cut through space. Explosions bloomed like flowers of fire. Titan X dodged with grace, countering with plasma cannons and energy. Blades, ships shattered and burned. But the enemy had a secret weapon from the mothership. A huge device unfolded, a massive energy net designed to trap Titan X. Rael saw it forming ahead. We can't let it catch us, he whispered. Titan X soared higher. Faster. The net fired. It wrapped around Titan X's legs. The machine stumbled. Rael fought to break free. Inside the cockpit, he felt Titan X's pain. The neural link strained. Warning lights flashed. Neural sync dropping. 97%. 93%. 85%. Rail gritted his teeth. He pushed harder. Come on. Fight. Suddenly, a new power awakened inside Titan X. Its armor shifted, glowing with strange light. Energy surged through its limbs. Titan X broke the net like paper. The fleet gasped. Titan X roared. It unleashed a wave of energy that pushed enemy ships away. Then it charged, faster than ever. The battle moved at Earth's atmosphere. Cities watched in fear and hope. Titan X struck the mothership. Its massive fist smashed the hull. Alien soldiers scrambled. Titan X tore through them. Rail felt the machine change again. The voice inside was stronger. You have awakened the true power. Now we become the Titan. Rail smiled. Together, they were unstoppable. Titan X fired a blast at the mothership's core. The ship exploded in a fireball. The alien fleet panicked. Rail pushed forward. But then, the sky darkened. A new shadow appeared. A second mothership. Bigger. More powerful. It fired a beam that cut through the clouds. Titan X raised its arms to defend. But Rail knew the battle was not over. He whispered, "This is only the beginning." On the ground, Reyes and Voss prepared for the next fight. Earth was no longer weak. It had Titan X, and it would fight to survive.